Welcome everyone. Today we're going to talk about a game-changing approach that shook the world of sports to its core, Moneyball. It's a story of innovation, boldness, and data-driven decision-making that transformed how baseball teams are built and managed. To understand the significance of Moneyball, let's take a step back and think about what makes a winning team. Traditionally, it was believed that a team's success was determined by the individual talents of its players. However, Beane, the general manager of the Oakland A's, challenged this notion and showed that there is a better way to build a championship-winning team. He did this by using data analysis to identify undervalued players and assemble a team that could compete with the big spenders despite having a limited budget. Beane was a former baseball player who became the general manager of the Oakland Athletics in 1998. He inherited a team with a limited budget, which made it difficult to compete against wealthier teams like the New York Yankees. Rather than relying on traditional scouting methods, Beane used data analysis to identify undervalued players who could help the A's win games. This approach was revolutionary at the time, as most teams relied on subjective evaluations of players' skills. For example, Beane identified that on-base percentage was a more important statistic than batting average, as it led to more runs being scored. He also looked for players who had been overlooked by other teams due to superficial factors like their appearance or personality. Beane's approach paid off, as the A's went on to make the playoffs in 4 consecutive seasons despite having one of the lowest payrolls in the league. His success inspired other teams to adopt similar strategies, leading to a revolution in the way baseball is played and managed today. Data is the lifeblood of Moneyball. It allows teams to identify undervalued players and make strategic decisions that lead to wins on the field. In the case of the Oakland A's, data analysis was the key to their success. Despite having one of the lowest budgets in the league, they were able to compete with some of the biggest names in baseball. By using data to evaluate players based on their on-base percentage rather than traditional metrics like batting average or home runs, the A's were able to find hidden gems that other teams had overlooked. This approach allowed them to build a winning team without breaking the bank. One of the key lessons that businesses can learn from Moneyball is the importance of data-driven decision-making. By relying on objective data rather than subjective opinions, companies can make better decisions and achieve greater success. For example, a retail company might use data analysis to identify which products are selling well and which ones are not, allowing them to adjust their inventory accordingly. Another lesson from Moneyball is the value of finding undervalued assets. In the case of baseball, this meant identifying players who were overlooked by other teams but had the potential to contribute to the team's success. In business, this could mean identifying emerging markets or technologies that have not yet been fully recognized by competitors. By investing in these areas early on, companies can gain a competitive advantage and position themselves for long-term success. Moneyball has had a profound impact on the world of sports, particularly in baseball. It has changed the way teams are managed and players are evaluated, making data analysis a key factor in decision-making processes. In the past, traditional methods such as scouting and intuition were used to evaluate players. However, with the advent of Moneyball, statistical analysis has become an integral part of player evaluation. Teams now use data to identify undervalued players and make strategic decisions based on their performance metrics. In conclusion, Moneyball has taught us that success is not just about having a big budget or following traditional methods. By using data analysis and innovative thinking, Beane was able to lead the Oakland A's to success despite having limited resources. This approach can be applied to many areas of life, including business and management. The lessons of Moneyball are clear: don't be afraid to challenge the status quo, embrace new technologies and ideas, and always be willing to think outside the box. By doing so, you too can achieve great things and make a real impact in your field. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and we will catch you on the next one.